The webmaster of Serebii is not as saintly as you think he is. Pull up a chair, sit back and relax, and I'll tell you why. You can take this as a month-long review of what you see on your screen. One of my New Year's resolutions is to just not let crap stand now. The last 2 years I've been less willing to share my opinion for fear of backlash. No more. I've been less willing to call out people so brazenly sharing misinformation for fear of backlash. No more. This reads like it's something from someone who is giving that insecure, elitist, narcissistic, and egomaniacal energy. The only thing they're expressing is their feelings that are clearly out of their control. So what is Joe Merrick talking about? Joe Merrick's one of those people in a community already tired of this stale, unironically toxic call-out culture that has been rotting on the internet for many years now, because at the end of the day, they're leeches, and every last one of them has to get their pound of clicks somehow, pretending that their sensationalist agendas are more than just screams for validation. For those who don't know, Joe Merrick has an affiliation with Game Freak, but he only has sponsorship and ambassador status. However, he acts like he's some kind of CEO. Joe Merrick has this God complex. He thinks that he's the author and bishop on what is misinformation or a fact. So far, one of his nicknames is the opinion police, because of course a narcissist has to dress it like they're the victim, they mean well, and everyone is just dogpiling them over this First Amendment stuff. Exhibit A. And there's no real order to these things, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we are now at the stage where people are using AI summaries that just scraped random posts online and treat it as fact, as proof that I am wrong about how Pokemon is organized, budgets decided, etc. Ooh, the self-importance gatekeep what counts as fact or fiction when anyone's having a discussion about Pokemon. Keep this AI summaries bit in mind. Alright, how many people are tired of their brain cells being drained by these elitist crybabies? If they can't shut the hell up crying about being a victim every time they get a taste of their own self-righteous medicine, they're going off like they are the authority on every damn thing. Check out this discussion about Sugimori art. Just a reminder, these artworks are not all by Ken Sugimori. He doesn't do the majority of them these days. The community still calls all official artwork Sugimori art, but that's just factually untrue. Oh, Karen, how petty can you be? Let me count the ways. 1 1,000, 2 1,000. Sugimori style fits that, and I'd never have issue with it. It's just those who have called it Sugimori art and attributed to him that I'm correcting. So he thinks he has the right to correct people because he wants to take an issue with some petty shit on the internet. What exactly is Ken Sugimori doing now? Uh-oh, I better watch out. It's an AI overview. He remains heavily involved with the Pokemon franchise, transitioning from lead art director to a more supervisory role, overseeing all Pokemon designs, creating official artwork, and guiding the visual consistency across games, cards, and merchandise, while also directing other projects at Game Freak and designing for other titles like Final Fantasy. He approves concepts, finalizes artwork for many Pokemon, and maintains the series' overall look, working with new artists while still contributing his signature style, though his direct design input has lessened as the franchise grew. Wow, even the AI overview is saying the same thing, but if he's still the overseer, what real difference does it make? He acts like this shit is going to solve poverty and other real problems happening in the world. So he has a problem with people not calling the artwork what it is directly, even though at the end of the day, he can't give any examples of these artists, and Ken is still heavily involved anyway. Oh wait, there's more. No, it isn't another hypocrite telling on himself again. This is his expertise, yet he acts like he's the author and bishop of opinions on the internet. While crashing out over petty stuff he himself has zero self-awareness of. It's one thing to correct people, and it's another thing when you realize that you need to correct yourself as well. What about those AI summaries? Youngster Joey here wants to hop on the bandwagon where people effortlessly go, ew, AI slop, your opinion is invalid. Alright, let's see his interaction with this individual. Uh-oh guys, it's another AI overview. Brace yourselves. Keep these key points in mind. Did you not read what I said? Using Using an AI overview to try and prove your point is also the dumbest thing you could do too. Youngster Joey, what is constructive about that? Remember when we tangoed and how easily you blocked me? Ooh, that's right. It's only okay if you do it. On that note, two can play at that game. And what's this? And that's why I'm critical but not toxic, but still like to focus on the positive. You don't need to be an arsehole to be critical, as many are online. When doing so, using an AI overview to try and prove your point is also the dumbest thing you could do too. He's totally not being an asshole. Oh, I like this line as well. Please learn what Gear Project games are and how they work. Also the difference between engines and the difference between art styles and how Pokemon actually works. So basically, so you can shut him up, since you have nothing better than juvenile argumentative skills to present to him, you're hitting him with the I know more than you line. How creative can you get? And when you can only argue trust me bro elitist responses, you're only adding more insult to your lies. So Joe Merrick is an egotist, a pessimist, a narcissist, and he's only really good for arguing juvenile trust me bro rhetoric while having no self-awareness to the things he calls himself lambasting others for. And this line reads exactly like this one. And never mind the AI overview. Did Ilka not develop Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl? Did Bandai Namco not develop new Pokemon Snap and Pokemon Tournament? Did Dina not develop Pokemon Masters EX? That's exactly what I'm saying about his juvenile rebuttals he only knows how to run to. It's so easy to go, ew, AI slop, your opinion is invalid. Perhaps there are facts along with other things on the internet that are scraped in as well. Everybody knows these things because they are basic facts. Do you not report on stuff like this on your website? If you really are a webmaster, act like one. And whether or not the games are outsourced or not, because, well, they are, it will never change the fact that Game Freak is still Pokemon's sole problem, but that's a story for another day. So it seems that Mr. Serebii here only wants to have arguments with people on the internet, not dispel any misinformation, especially when it's largely petty. I guess every loser needs a star. Someone else in the Pokemon community acts just like this. The elitism, the narcissism. Who exactly does that remind you of? Speaking of which, Joe Merrick is a bully. What? You didn't expect that one? Of course you didn't. You see, that's the thing about narcissists. They have a problem with everything they can't control, or at least they can't manipulate. Someone makes an obvious joke, and there's even context here stating as much. This person is known for making jokes. This is Twitter after all. How do you think youngster Joey here took it? Well, once again, his mental PMS got the best of him, and he act like it broke the internet, let alone the Pokemon community. This sort of thing is so bad. Ultima says he's a journalist in his bio and routinely does joke posts like this, which people take as real. The comments show it. It's obviously not true. It's part of why we have such problems with misinformation. Here he is again, crashing out over internet things. This is what he thinks dispels and conquers misinformation on the internet. This is obviously not true. But what does he worry about? People assuming it's real. But wait, you know it's a joke? Why do you care about people's lack of due diligence? What about what they think has any bearing on you? Something tells me that people like this don't mean any good at all. They want to manipulate things because only these people are dedicated to bullshit that does not matter and has no effect on them or anyone at the end of the day. You're talking about the internet, you sweet, sweet summer child. Leeches are going to get their clicks. You being a lackey to a multi-billion-dollar corporation with your hollow ambassadorship does not give you superhero powers. Picking on people over jokes has yet to do your so-called New Year's resolution any justice. Only people full of shit have to declare anything. Just do it, Nike. You don't have to stand in the middle of the floor and say, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. When people start involving themselves in chaos before they shortly play the victim, I'm already questioning and laughing at their so-called so-called good intentions. They're proving that they have nothing but motives. How many of these fake-ass heroes have you seen on the internet involve themselves in something that has no effect on them or anyone whatsoever? You're not seeking to make things right. You're seeking validation. But he's a hobby journalist. It's not funny. It's a problem. Before playing the victim again, I see some people have started to jump up in defense. Let me clarify further, since it's apparently hard for people. Now, youngster Joey, you don't get to start shit with people, play the victim, and be an asshole to the backlash you created. You're not clearing any misinformation. You're simply trying to save face. Here's what seals yet another one of his bouts of self-destruction. Was wondering why I had a sudden influx of people insulting me. Turns out Ultima posted about this on the other socials to dunk on me. Sigh. People simply aren't going to tolerate your authoritarian nonsense. The New Year's resolution in and of itself is the biggest giveaway of this elitist's true intentions. You gotta be extra wary of people that assume these fake ass hero roles, because then they start involving themselves in everything for some self-esteem points and validation. I'm critical, but not toxic. You don't need to be an arsehole to be critical. You sound like a snowflake trying to protect their feelings. Just say you don't like what people say because they didn't go through your moderation system and it's something you don't agree with. So therefore it must be misinformation. Well, isn't this comment a perfect translation of what he just said? And that's another thing about this opinion police. He doesn't want to cope with the fact that on the other side of that self-importance coin of his, there's opportunities for him to not be an asshole and take some constructive feedback. Oh, that's right. That's him being critical and not toxic. Wait, what's this? What did youngster Joey from December 31st, 2025 say? Let's make 2026 the best year. Remember to be kind to each other. Remember, disagreements are natural, but always be civil. Don't go at others or encourage people to go at others. Don't insult or harass them because they dislike something you do. People can like things you don't, and vice versa. People can choose to see past flaws. Be kind. Youngster Joey, it's clear that when you're looking in a mirror, you just make out with the image that you see in it. He undermines everyone that simply doesn't have an opinion that he agrees with. It's not about correcting any fucking misinformation. It's about holding counsel on how to control you, how you think, what kind of opinion you can have, what's valid or invalid, etc. Sylph Spectre 4 years ago just made opinionated videos on Pokemon. What did the opinion police have to say about that? It's misinformation. Because Game Freak's little lapdog is the only one that has the right to have an opinion on any and everything Pokemon related, and he knows all. After bullying Sylph Spectre, he deflected blame, claiming that Sylph picked on him and he received backlash for defending himself, even though he was the one that drew first blood. He tells him that he is wrong because his self-absorbed moderation system said so. And here's just another snippet of his bullying, correcting of misinformation. It's not simply stating, first, you are just arbitrarily using days between generations as if that's a valid metric. What's equally hilarious is that this is also the same moron that once upon a time cried about his declining health, and you guessed it, he put on quite the show. I mean, well, it's everyone but me, in a nutshell. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another elitist in the books in your community. Good luck.